So we're in Fresno, California. We just finished installing a Rinnai REP160. This is their newer unit. I think they came out 2001 or 2021, 2022. Anyway, so it's a non-condensing unit with a pump built in. And of course, let's just start from the top or with the serial number. I think we already have it on the phone, but that's the serial number. And then it says 160,000 BTU. First thing we did is off the cold water line. It's a full 3/4 inch line coming out, and so we just put a brass tee on there and a brass adapter, and then ran copper over, got it nice and insulated, and then of course came up and straight into Matsui. Those are Rinnai, but I think Matsui makes those for Rinnai flush valve, isolation valve, and so that's your water off and on. Hot water off and on, and this is the flushing portion here. The hot we had to come from the existing water heater, which is about center. It's about 25 feet away underneath the floor, and so from the existing water heater we just cut the galvanized pipe under floor, put a stainless steel adapter, and then ran PEX Uponor tubing over to here, and then of course on this side we've got copper stubbed in with another adapter, and then some unistrut and some isolation clamps, and then all insulated too, so hot going up into the unit. And then of course in the bathroom, we're not going to go take a video. This is not a dedicated return line. It has the comfort valve or the bypass valve over at the hall bath underneath the sink, and that crosses the hot water over to the cold side, brings it back to the water heater. And so because a dedicated line would have been another like $750, so we just use that. Relief valve comes with the unit, and then CPVC 3/4 inch just down to the ground. Kept it pretty low because they got kids. You know, usually we'll put it 24 off the ground, but we got it pretty low just so that they don't get burned in the event something pops off here and goes wrong. So the parameters all set inside. So inside the unit, do all that. My daughter set all that. And then inside they're working on the Wi-Fi. So this is the Wi-Fi, comes out right here. We wanted to sleeve it because it's just a real tiny, it's like a sprinkler wire, red and black. It just goes over to the wireless module. And we didn't want it hanging out in the breeze here, and the sun hits this and then it gets all cracked and fried. So what we did is we just sleeved it with some 1/2 inch conduit. That's a 1/2 inch Schedule 80 PVC with some 45s down to a junction box. That made it easy to get through the wall, mount the wireless right on the back side of that wall. You mount the wireless receiver, and then slide it through the tube, put a piece of pipe in the wall as well, slide it through, get it in the junction box, and then feed it up into the unit. So that's all tied in. 16, I think this is a 16 gauge cord. Probably a 16-2, yeah, there you go, 16-2 over to a receptacle. So that's surface mount, siliconed in, of course, our box here, siliconed in. And so surface mount box, that's where all the wiring's at. And then out front we've got weatherproof box, and also, or weather resistant they call it. And then inside we've got a GFCI, and that's weather resistant as well. I don't know if you can see it because I can't see it on my phone, but back there you can see the WR. And so that's all good. Dedicated gas line to the unit, so 3/4 all the way over. A little flexible supply line. You got the drip leg right there, or the dirt leg, or whatever you want to call it, sediment trap here, 4 inches. And so that's good. That's where we'll test it when we come back. We'll turn the gas off here, and at the meter we have a separate valve over there. Unscrew this, put our gauge in, and get the testing on this. So you can see unistrut on the wall, unistrut clamps, and then up top, clamp up high just over the window. And then over here, just a cover plate to cover the hole, where we come through. Cover plate there. I'll show you the inside of the garage in a minute. So it goes on the inside of the garage, comes over, and stubs out right here. What we did is PG&E came out and was nice enough. They relocated the main riser here, the regulator. You can see they cut the sidewalk right here and brought in a new riser for them, new shutoff valve, new regulator, and then they tied stuff back in. This is a brand new meter because when we were here, they had the old one there. This was all corroded. You couldn't see anything here. So this is brand new. Same one I got at my house, the AC250. That'll flow 160 and 115, 375. It'll clock over. It's gauged. It'll clock over. I think that's right. 275. Sorry. So AC250 will clock at 275. And so that's plenty. What you've got coming out here is a 3/4 riser, and then 3/4 down into, this is existing house line. It goes under the ground, and I imagine comes up, this is the garage, so it comes up over there under wood floor. And so what we did is we put a bullhead T right here, 3/4, 3/4, 1, and we put a 1-inch valve here. And it's a 3/4 line, it's 40 feet, that'll run 170,000 BTU, so we got 160,000. The reason we put that in is a 3/4 valve. It's a full port, but the inside diameter of a 3/4 valve is about 5/8 of an inch. So what would happen is we would be restricting the entire line based on just this portion of the valve on a 3/4. So 1-inch line, you got a full 3/4 or 7/8 in there, and stainless steel ball, so it's full flow, 1-inch nipples. And then of course right here we went back to 3/4. It's a 1x3/4 bell reducer stuffed into a hole, and then of course we siliconed the snot out of it. If there was any snot in it, it's gone. And then just put a cover plate on it just so it doesn't look so ugly. And so the house side where the gas line comes through is here, and you can see right there. And so it pops through, another scutcheon comes over here to the wall, straps to the 2x4 framing. Up there, 2x4 framing, and then down here, and this is a 2x4 behind the wall, in front of the paneling, so there's a 2x4 behind that, 2x4 behind that, and then of course, this is all Mega Press G, these fittings, so these are pressed fittings, and so you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6 90s, and then it drops down to the gas line. I think that's it. I'm not going to crawl on the floor and take a picture of that. I had a buddy of mine help me with that. I'm not a floor guy. So anyways, everything here looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.